So the last time that you were here, you wanted the U.S. government to arrest President Goodluck Jonathan, and obviously it did not happen. And now he's no longer president. Are you still pursuing your mission to be accountable for the things that happened during his presidency, or now that he's no longer president, that's it?
No, absolutely. As a person and as a people, a lot of Nigerians would want Jonathan Goodluck to make account of his government. And I'm certainly one of those who would want him to be held responsible for the death of so many people in the country. I mean, the violence we had from Boko Haram and other parts of the country. So how I wish the government of the day will follow that logical conclusion, because we need to know, Nigerians need to know how it happened, why it happened, so that these kind of things don't happen again.
You are part of the government of the day, though, APC, and you just said you wish the government of the day would. Are you saying that there is no plan to probe President Jonathan?
Well, the president has not said anything about probing Jonathan Goodluck, but so many things are coming up now that probably might lead to that. But as of today, there is no plan for him to be probed.
All right, so now that President Jonathan is no longer president, to so many people, the battle against Boko Haram is still not won. In fact, it's like they've intensified their strategies in the last few weeks. And I remember the last time that we interviewed you, you said that you know the names of all the people that are involved. So have you submitted this name to the new president, or how are you helping this new president in the fight against Boko Haram?
Well, those names were submitted a long time ago, and I hope it's in the handing over notes when Jonathan handed over to...
They were submitted to President Jonathan?
Of course we did. We told them whom and who we suspect, and then we also reminded him to also include his own list, being, saying that he knew people, that Boko Haram members were in his cabinet. So we wanted those that we gave it to him and those that he had in his cabinet. We hope he has given all that to the handing over notes to the President Buhari. But then, yes, it's true, the Boko Haram members have intensified the fight, but it's only last week that President Buhari removed the former service chiefs who were in charge of the fight against Boko Haram. Mm-hmm. And there will be new tactics, there will be new play, there will be new vigor, there will be new works into the fight against Boko Haram. And there's so many other vices in the country. So I'm sure there will be lull in that fight. But
sir, you yourself just said only last week President Buhari appointed these people. A lot of people are saying what took him so long. And I'm sure that you're aware that so many Nigerians have been saying that Mr. President has been really slow.
Well, it's a matter of perception. Now, I also want you to know, and viewers, that, look, we are all Nigerians. And nobody is saying that everything that Jonathan Goodluck did was bad. And nobody is saying that everybody that worked with Jonathan is bad as well. And you remember the Jonathan administration handed over only on the 28th of May, mm-hmm. which means a day to handing over. And you do not expect Buhari to come in and say everybody should go home. No. I mean, he had to take time to study them, those in government, because they did not give handing over notes until a day before he took over. And you could see how meticulous these things are. You could see in the choice of the service chiefs and other appointments that he's done. I mean, to show that, look, it's not just a situation whereby people are appointed because of persons they know, or people are appointed because they are through Godfather or something. But people are appointed based on merit. And in trying to do that, with the mess that has happened in 16 years, which means one has to take time to make sure that the right thing is being done. And yes, the president also says he understands the apprehension of people, that how people are worried that he should step up to do things in a haste. But hey, I mean, when you do things in a haste without necessarily checking, there could be mistakes. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
So what should we expect now? What would be different now with the recent appointments that he made?
Accountability. Now, we as Nigerians, expect the service chiefs to be accountable to us, the people. You remember when the president came, he said that the command and control center should move to Maiduguri. And the former service chiefs were taking their bloody time to move. In fact, they were moving slowly but surely, but slowly. But these guys that were appointed 3 days ago, the chief of army staff celebrated his Salah somewhere in northeast. So you could see that these people are going to be accountable. The perceived corruption that was in the military will certainly be checked. Things will be done in the right way. The right weapons will be bought, right ammunitions, and then the soldiers, the military guys, will be trained properly so that they meet head-on the Boko Haram and all other insurgents in the country.
I also don't know if you've heard that there are some former ministers of President Goodluck Jonathan that are negotiating that they would return back some of the stolen money if they are not probed. Have you heard anything about this, and what do you think about that?
Well, as a Nigerian, I've heard all these rumors, but President Buhari has said that he's not going to be after anybody, and that I'm sure if people return money, Nigerian government will willingly take the money. But then whether he will be allowed to go free, that I don't know. I'm not in government. I'm not part of the government as of today. I am one of people around APC and the government, but I don't know the thinking of the president. But I assure you, what we as a people are looking for is to make sure all monies taken inappropriately are returned. Whether they will return them nicely or judiciously,
voluntarily or involuntarily.
Yes, exactly, whether voluntarily or involuntarily.
So you're saying Buhari will do whatever it takes to get back all the stolen money?
That I assure you, that I can say, knowing him, being with him he will do everything possible to bring back all monies taken by whoever, whatever means. I mean, when I say whoever, whether you are close to Buhari, or you are Buhari's relation, or you know somebody who knows Buhari, if you have taken a dime from the coffers of government, that money shall be returned, certainly.
What about top officials that were there during President Goodluck Jonathan? People like former finance minister, former NNPC minister. Are you saying that even all the stolen money or the missing money from all these sectors will also be recovered?
Absolutely. What I'm saying, those things were probed during the last government, and I'm sure the government of the day will look at them, where like the $20 billion that were
exactly my point.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure the forensic report that was given by, I think, Arthur Anderson also, would be looked into. Whether it's 20 billion or 1 billion, certainly some monies are missing. I assure you, whoever took that money shall return the money back.
So it's okay to quote you as saying that Buhari would get back the stolen $20 billion?
Well, I'm not sure whether it's 20 billion, but Buhari shall get all monies stolen by anybody in Nigeria, yes. It's part of his mandate. He has promised that, that anybody who has taken money will return it. Okay. That's all. So,
all right, let's talk about you being here. Why are you here this time around?
Well, part of persons escorting Buhari,
okay,
for the visit to United States of America. First of all, we are very happy to be here because this present coming by Mr. President is at the instance of American government. So we're happy that the American government thinks it wise that, look, now there is somebody at the helms of affairs that could do things differently in Nigeria. So we are among the bandwagon.
Okay. So what should we expect out of this visit to the White House?
Well, I know Mr. President has spoken about Marshall Plan of the rehabilitation and reconstruction of Northeast, northeastern part of the country, the fight against Boko Haram, and also the fight against corruption, ill-gotten wealth and so on, where Nigeria is expecting some technical support from the American government, where the American government will train some of our military personnel in combating Boko Haram and other insurgencies in the country, and also to revamp the economy as well. Borrowing from the American bailout. If you remember, at one time American economy had gone through recess, which I'm sure the discussions have dwell on how the economy of our country, Nigeria, will also come back. And then most importantly, the fight against corruption, which the American government thinks and know that certainly there's somebody in place now that will do things, by the oath of office without fear or favor, to ensure that he does things rightly, and so that Nigeria will come back to its normal glory.
So we'll feel the impact of this trip very soon.
Like yesterday, I assure you that. I'm sure by the time the president is back, everybody will start feel that yes, Mr. President has gone round, and that he's come back home reinvigorated, to ensure that with the zeal of the promises of the American government as well.
So I'm sure that you've heard this rumor, but I just have to bring it up. A lot of Nigerians have been saying that, the U.S. will only help Nigeria if Nigeria should repeal its law against homosexuality, as in jailing people for 14 years. Is any of this true?
I can assure you that Nigerian government shall not repeal that law, because we do not, as a people, we do not copy America in the way they live their lives. The lives of Americans to allow same-sex marriage. But where we come from, in Nigeria, it's against our ethics, it's against our religion, and the people that voted Buhari in power are the people who are against same-sex marriage. So it's certainly not going to be part of it. And I assure you that if this comes up as a bargaining chip, that we repeal that law or no deal, I assure you President Buhari will say no deal. Because look, he is president of Nigeria, not president of America. And we do not have to be friends with America's interest before we are friends with them. The interest of America is to have gay marriage, same-sex marriage. That's them. Nigeria, it's an abomination. And the president of Nigeria will have to see that so.
So, but most people will argue, though, that the U.S. will not just help you if there's no catch. Is there any catch?
No, so why don't you ask the American government? But I'm telling you, even though not part of the government, but knowing the thinking of Mr. President, he will certainly not take this.
No, I'm not saying that it has to be like the repealing the gay laws, but is it just the U.S. is just helping Nigeria? There is no catch whatsoever.
No, but these things are interests. Of course, the United States government will have certain interests in Nigeria, not necessarily about the same-sex marriage.
Yeah, exactly. My
probably
point.
What I'm saying. Probably they would want oil from Nigeria. Probably they would want American businessmen to have more input in Nigeria. Probably they will have American scholars to go and do something there. Of course. Nobody does anything free. That's okay. That's all right. They're not Father Christmas. It's us there in other part of the world, like in Africa. Nigerian government went to Sierra Leone without getting anything. We went to all other places, like in Liberia now. If we were behaving like the Americans, probably the biggest contractors in that country should be Nigerians. Or people sending even pure water should be Nigerians. That's the country, where we come from.
So a lot of people, by the way, they are saying that they were hoping that Mr. President's first assignment as soon as he became president will be to find the missing Chibok girls. And definitely a lot of people have been rescued. A lot of girls have been rescued, women and young children. But people have been wondering, what's the update? It's like we don't even have any updates regarding the Chibok girls. Like exactly what is being done to rescue them.
I can assure you and the public that a lot of things have been done, which I don't want to go public. The little information I stumbled on, Nigerians will be surprised in what happens about the Chibok missing girls. But the president is not sleeping. The president is always on that case, and by the grace of God as well, things will turn out good for the families of Chibok girls.
Thank you so much, Honorable Farouk Aliyu, for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sahara. You're doing very well, and we thank God, we thank Sahara for what you guys are doing for Nigeria. Keep it up. And we want you to put the fire on us.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, it is on.
Yeah, continue. We like it because it's all about good governance. So whatever this government is not doing right, please say it so that we could take corrections. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.